Dr. Sunanda Samathar Corrado co-hosting the John Telford Detroit Show with Dr. John Telford, coming to you live at 10 o'clock every Thursday morning and Wednesday morning in WJZZ Cool TV, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Dr. John Telford is a former Detroit Public Schools superintendent, a former world-class athlete and conqueror of Olympic champions, a championship track coach, poet, newspaper columnist, longtime civil rights crusader, and the author of 6 Detroit-oriented books. The Poet Emperor of Earth, What Old Men Know, Creative Insubordination, The Will Robinson Story, The Poetic Prancings of Mad John, his explosive autobiography, A Life on the Run, and another forthcoming poetry book, Athletes, Activism, and Apple Boughs, a Detroit poetic epic. He also has a show on WCHB AM 1340, Detroit's gospel station, Saturday mornings at 9:30 and Monday evenings at 6:30. That's Saturday mornings at 9:30 and Monday evenings at 6:30. His books are available at Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com, or just by calling the Good Doctor at 313-460-8272. That's 313-460-8272. Dr. John Telford has been called a legend and a lightning rod for controversy. He has received the Detroit City Council Spirit of Detroit Award and the Joe Louis Foundation Spirit of the Champ Award. He was named Wayne State University's Alumnus of the Year in 2001, and a Detroit track was named in his honor. His email address is drjohntelfordedd@aol.com. That's drjohntelfordedd@aol.com. Now, without further ado, I present to you that crusading old native Detroiter, Dr. John Telford.
Thank you, Dr. Sunanda Corrado, that PhD from Columbia University, who is an anthropologist by training. Dr. Corrado has been teaching at Wayne County Community College for over 10 years. And can you believe it? I mean, she looks like she's 17 years old. I always have to say that. She's been teaching there for over 10 years, and she's currently a researcher for the Detroit Equity Action Laboratory, which is housed in the Wayne State University Law School. And she is founder and CEO of Education by Design. My name is Detroit. I'm a blue-collar town. Blue salt melts my mid-March snow. Speedy cars and sprinters spring from me. I father fierce fighters and funky music. In a Motown moment, I can spit the blues right back in a bureaucrat's eye. Have you never seen blue salt? No complex chemistry here, only the old color of a new sky. And you know, there's a new sky dawning over Detroit today. And there's a new sky dawning over WJZZ Cool TV because we are interviewing Valerie Lockhart on the show today. We are interviewing, Sunanda and I are interviewing Valerie Lockhart, the publisher of the Detroit Native Sun, that little community newspaper that always tells the truth. So, welcome to the John Telford Detroit Show, Valerie Lockhart. Hello, Valerie. We're listening to you. We are trying to hear you.
So while we're trying to get her on Zoom, do you mind if I read out a little bit about Valerie Lockhart to our audience?
Please do so.
So,
and I'm going to go and see what's the matter while you're doing that.
So again, our guest today is Valerie Lockhart, editor and owner of the Detroit Native Sun. It's a free local newspaper. You find it in all the local stores and supermarkets. And she often highlights a lot of issues in the community that maybe the mainstream news media doesn't have time or may neglect to. So her bio goes like this: seeking to enlighten the African American community with insightful news and information. Valerie D. Lockhart founded the Detroit Native Sun in October of 2005. There, she serves as publisher and executive editor, giving a voice to both young and old in the community. She was inspired to seek equality and justice at an early age by her grandmother, Bertha Barnes. who was a founding member of the Service Employee Union, and her grand uncle Theodis Lockhart, who served as president of the NAACP in Leavenworth, Kansas, and held several national positions. Born and raised in Detroit, Lockhart was educated in the Detroit public school system and graduated from the University of Detroit with a Bachelor's of Arts in Communications. With over 20 years of journalism experience, Lockhart's previous work experience includes working as associate editor at the Michigan Chronicle, education reporting for the Detroit News, serving as assistant editor over several reference books at Gale Research Company, and writing automotive news stories for the Ford Motor Company. Her active community service, creativity, and accuracy in reporting have not gone unnoticed. Awards received include the Lincoln University Unity in Media Award, American Red Cross Community Service Award, James Tatum Foundation of the Arts Award, Xavier University Parents Association, and Read to a Child.
Well, okay, so hello, Valerie, and welcome to the John Telford Show. Hello, Valerie?
So as our producer is trying to get our line and kind of work through these technical difficulties, Dr. Telford, why don't you tell us how you met her and how you've come to write one of the longest running columns and one of the littlest known papers, but one of the truest and longest running papers in the city of Detroit?
Well, actually, the Native Sun is a very well known paper because it's in all the stores.
Blessings.
It's a freebie. It's a free paper. But while we're waiting for, Roger seems to be having some technical trouble. Our engineer, who is also the manager of WJZZ and the owner of the station, and for some reason or other, last week we had who did we have last week? We had the Zoom worked.
The Zoom was wonderful. It was
Yeah.
Sherry Gay Danyogo.
Oh yeah, Sherry Gay
Oh, it was
Danyogo.
an amazing interview.
Yeah.
Amazing interview. And we were talking about redistricting and what some of our Black legislatures are trying to do to ensure that we still have some of our districts and our communities intact through this redistricting process. So we were talking about that struggle.
And we had Attorney Bertram Marks on.
Oh,
too.
he was amazing.
Yeah, he
Civil
really
rights
was.
attorney, well known.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I meet so many amazing people through this show. Thank you so much, Dr. Telford.
Is Valerie up on the screen now, Roger? Do we have her? By God, we still don't have her. Oh,
and
good
so
Lord.
As we wait for to
Well,
link
I
in
got a
with-
couple other things I got to
Yeah.
say. I got to mention for the fact that Tommy Sledge has passed, and
Yes,
I was
indeed.
going to do this at the end of the show, but since Roger is having technical trouble, I'm going to do it now. Tommy Sledge was the treasurer of the Detroit Track and Field Old Timers, and everyone loved him. The Detroit Track and Field Old Timers is a group that Colonel Aaron Gordon and I founded in the year 1992, and Tommy has been our treasurer for all those years since 1992.
Wow.
And his memorial, Tommy Sledge's memorial. His daughter, Jan Peters, advised me that his memorial was going to be on Sunday, but it's going to be on Saturday.